Lulu, skip to my Lou. Hey man, we back on Elden Ring. I told y'all I was gonna let y'all see my my mage build. So I'm gonna let y'all see my mage build. If you're thinking about making a mage, I would advise you to do everything that I did that I'm about to show you, because I'm OP. There's nothing nobody can do with me on PvP. You know what I mean? 1v1, 1v2, 1v3. I'm undefeated, never lost. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all see how many hours I got on him. 253 hours just on my mage. And let's get into it right now. You know what I mean? If y'all just get in the game and you want to be a mage, listen to my words, look at my build. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is my shit right here. She's a level 200. My runes held 531,000. I'm not going up past level 200. I just want to stay at that. I haven't done New Game Plus yet because I don't feel like it. But yeah, so these are my stats. My vigor is a 55. You're going to need your vigor. My mind's a 75. Endurance 16. Y'all see it. Strength 17. My intelligence is a 99. Because I don't care if everything caps out at 80. Bro, I want the highest amount of damage that I can do because I'm a pure mage. So my intelligence has to be a 99. You know what I mean? Arcane's a 19. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see my spells right there? But we gonna get into the spell. Matter of fact, let's get into the equipment first. So the Clayman's Harpoon plus 25. I love this because it already has magic damage without like you upgrading it and putting magic on it. It already comes with magic damage on it. And that's one of the only weapons that already come with magic damage on it, and you could put an Ash of War on it. And y'all already know, playing this game, you're gonna need the Bloodhound Step Ash of War for defensive purposes, especially playing PvP. All niggas on PvP is gonna be doing is doing this all day. So you gotta do it as well, because that's all they do. But when it comes to just fighting the game and the bosses, this is very useful, especially against the last boss. You know what I mean? Helps you get out of the way quick. But that's this Clayman's Harpoon. You know what I mean? And I can catch niggas when they rolling. But what else? I got the Moon Veil. I use that on PvP and the regular because you gotta hit them with this, especially on PvP, because sometimes when they start running, you know what I mean, you can catch them. You know what I mean? So every mage is going to need the Moon Veil. And then I could switch right back and forth to these two. You know what I mean? I use the Carrion Regal Scepter plus 10 because I could use the Lucettes, which is stronger, but it doubles the amount of FP used. I don't need that. Just give me this. I got two of them, but just give me this. This one's good. This is for my incantations. You know what I mean? Which means I could buff my health and my defense. And then I also use this spell right here in case niggas get too close. Niggas don't expect me to do that. And those are the only incantations I use. You know what I mean? But then everything else, as a mage, you gotta have your Carrion Slicer. You gotta have your Adula's Moonblade. It does crazy amount of damage. And then I used the Great Blade Phalanx. Now I did use the other one that had the 6 swords around it, but that don't stagger like this one. These 3 stagger your opponent. So if a nigga gets close to me and he gets hit with these 3, he's gonna stumble like he got hit with a haymaker. He'll be like, oh, and then you could get up close to him. You could hurry up and switch to your Carrion Slicer. Or you could run up to him, stab him, you know what I mean? But this, the 3-1, the Carrion, the Great Blade Phalanx, That's what I use now. You know what I mean? And I would advise y'all to get this because it does stagger your opponents. Now I'm telling y'all my secrets. So if y'all run into me on PvP, don't be trying, you know what I mean? Don't be trying to take what you remember from this video and use it against me. But I use this spell right here, the Shard Spiral. I use it because it's slow, so it kind of throws off the enemies when I'm fighting them. You know what I mean? I throw it at them, and then I hurry up and switch to this, and I run to them, and I hit them with this. You know what I mean? So sometimes I'll hit them with this, then I'll run to them, charge them. You know what I mean? While they're running away from that, because it's slow, and sometimes I can catch them off guard. You know what I mean? So this is useful for that. I also use the Eternal Darkness just in case I do go against a mage and they're throwing spells at me. I put that there, and then I stand here, and then I can hit niggas with, you know what I mean? But it only stays up there for a long time. Now what this does, whatever magic they shoot at me, it's gonna go on the ball. You know what I mean? So just in case you go against a mage, you don't really fight a lot of mages. I haven't fought a lot, but just in case I do, I got that for that. You know what I mean? Every mage gotta have the swift glintstone shard, cause it's quick. You know what I mean? Don't take too much FP. Huh? Alright, hold on. And it can like stumble people if they're like rushing you, and it's quick, so you gotta get niggas out of there, you know what I mean? And then for my Claymore Harpoon, I always enchant it before I go on the fight. So in case a nigga's trying to fight, I'm in here like this. And then sometimes I switch like this. Oops. Sometimes I switch like this. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta get in there. Niggas don't be expecting none of this. You know what I mean? Now going back to my equipment, the reason why I have this ugly ass helmet on is because it actually gives me +5 in my faith. You know what I mean? You don't need this if you want to be a pure mage and not have any faith at all. You could just take this off. But what this does is it gives me a +5 in my faith, so that I can use. Also with this too, this gives me a +4 or +5 in my faith too. So it lets me be able to use these it lets me use these incantations right here. These two. But like I said, if you just want to be a pure mage, you don't gotta wear that. If I'm not trying to use my faith, I just put this helmet on. You know what I mean? Now I look like a Ronin warrior. You know what I'm saying? But I got this mask. I don't wear no top because she's a thought. I got the band of machetes, old leg wraps, you know what I mean? Give her the skirt, you know what I'm saying? Make her look a little sexy, you know what I'm saying? And then I use, hey, calm down. And like I said, if you don't want to use faith, you can take this off. Now if I'm not using faith, I just take this off, and I to make, hey, can you get out? I put this on because this makes my spells go faster. Right here. And then this gives you more damage, raise attack power. The next one gives you more damage. And then this raises all your attributes. Like this raises my mind, my intelligence, faith, and arcane. Just in case you want to touch a little other spells and shit. That's what this does. So this is what I'm running. Like I said, I got through the game easy. And now when I'm on PvP, nobody can touch me. I'm undefeated, never lost. And if you think you want to 1v1 me, hit me up. We can set it up. We can fight right here. We can fight right here. I'm taking them all down. You know what I'm saying? We out here. You know what I mean? If y'all got any questions, let me know. But this is my build. I don't plan on changing nothing. When DLC come out, I'll beat the DLC with this woman right here. I love this build. I'm not changing nothing. Only thing I would change is if I want to do a little bit more faith to where I can use these certain spells. Then I would go here, change this to change that to this, and then I would put this heavy ass 8-pound mask on, which raises your faith 5. And the reason why I don't wear heavy armor is because I don't plan on getting hit anyway. So that's why my defense is impeccable. I don't plan on getting hit. You know what I mean? So that's just the way I play. But make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. And if you want the smoke, come get the smoke. And we out, man.